So hello everyone and welcome to this little Tuesday evening live video that I'm going to do. As you see, it has been titled the hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019. So my plan, I was going to do the Sunflower Challenge anyway. I thought this evening, as it's really quite wet outside, that I'd come and do this. I'll do it as a little live, so if anyone wants to chip in and say anything or ask any questions, I'll be here. So, Sunflower Challenge 2019 is something I found a couple of days ago on the robotic allotment gardening on a budget. So it's Terry. I think he took part in it last year as well. But it's a competition that's organised by a channel called Nick's Allotment, and that's N-I-C-K-S. There's several sort of Nick's allotments about. But that's who's running this one. So there's three categories. There is the tallest sunflower, there is the sunflower with the largest head, and then it's the most unusual or the strangest sunflower. So what I thought I would do is do a few varieties and try and attempt at getting one of those categories. So the four that I've got, let me just show you. So I have got, where are we? These sunflower seeds here, which come from a company called Merrier on eBay. Very cheap and very good. These are called Sunflower Titan. They're supposed to grow up to about 12 foot tall, something like that, with a huge head. Next one we got are these ones here, and these are Sunflower Harlequin. I think these are basically more bright ones that are supposed to look nice. We also have these ones, which are Sunflower Giant Single. So again, these are supposed to be 2 to 3 meters, so not quite as tall as the others, but then are supposed to have a really, really big head on them. And then the last one I'm going to try, so I'm going to be a bit cheeky and copy Terry from the robotic allotment gardening on a budget, and I'm going to fish some sunflower seeds out of this bird seed and see what we get from those. What I am going to be doing is planting them in these paper pots that I made up earlier. So all that is some newspaper, and I've got this little tool here which you sort of wrap the paper around and press it in, and you end up with these little paper pots. Good thing about those is, obviously, there's no plastic. They're really cheap, so I just pick up the Metro or whatever's free. And you can go from, what was it? I think 8 sheets of paper and end up with an entire tray of 40 pots. So I'm just going to quickly fill those with some compost to get planted. And this compost I'm using is one that I mixed up in an earlier episode. So that was the clover multi-purpose that I've sifted down. And it's also got a little bit of 6X in there as well, just to give it some nutrition in there. And I'm sure this bit probably not particularly interesting to watch. I would have filled these up before this video, but I thought I'd give you a little show of what I'm planting in. So another good thing about these pots is that you don't have to transplant your seedlings. You can either put the smaller pot into a bigger paper pot and kind of build up gradually, or you can just plant them straight out in those paper pots. And because it's only newspaper, within a little while they will just break up and allow the roots and things to grow through. Just give sunflowers, because I'm of the understanding that they don't like having their roots played about with. So if you can keep them in that and just pop them straight in the ground, I think that's going to be ideal. Alright. So there we go. That is the soil in all ways. So what I'm also going to do with these trays, as you've seen before, I've labelled it up on the side, hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019, so I know which tray it is. And then for each row, I'm just going to write a number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I found this actually been a really good method so far. So I've got lots of seeds in the greenhouse planted in this method, again in the paper pots, and then with this electrical tape along the side with tray number and row numbers. I'll just put down a little book, what's what, and it's a really cheap way of labelling everything. And it does also mean you're not using loads of them little plastic labels, which I know we all go in with the intention of using them year after year, but you lose them and they break and they fade and things. Whereas this seems to be working really well. Right, so let's get planted some of these. So we'll go for the Sunflower Giant Single first. So these ones are from King Seeds. And I thought this would be a good option. Given the name is Giant, I thought we might get one of the categories. So I'm going to do 10 of each seed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, and I am just going to do 1 seed in each pot. I do expect them to not all germinate, but I don't want to have to go thinning them out unnecessarily. I think if I'm going to use lots of seeds, I may as well do multiple pots. As I've said, they're kind of free. They're, you know, recycled newspaper. Right, the next one we are going to do is the Sunflower Harlequin. And I have to just remember to be a little bit, think ahead when these are all growing. So what I will do for most of them, if they're not F1 seeds, I will probably save some seeds at the end of the year. These ones are an F1, so it might be the case that when I get a harvest at the end of the year, that we may get something completely different. It might be worth having a go, but obviously I'll expect to not get the Harlequin ones again. Might be lucky, we might get them. It's just with F1 seeds, it's not really guaranteed as to what you're going to get. So you could be lucky, you could get a Harlequin, you could get something completely different, some other variety of sunflower. Probably unlikely to get anything that's not a sunflower, but Alright, so that is the Sunflower Giant Single and the Harlequin Mixed. So the next one we're going to do is going to be the Premier Seed Sunflower Titan. This is supposed to be a massive, massive one. Okay, so there's 10 of those. And those are the Premier Seeds ones. So the first two are both King Seeds, and that is Premier Seeds. And now for the kind of wild card for me is going to be the sunflower seed, the third seed. Now, according to the packet, these are supposed to be black oil sunflower. So I have no idea what those come up like. I'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully I've managed to get 10 in this handful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I have the slight issue of trying to get all of these back into the little corner that I've opened on this packet. So I don't even know whether those are going to grow at all. I know Terry from the robotics allotment has, from what I saw in one of his recent videos, I say recent, I'm catching up with his, probably a good few weeks ago, it looked like it was doing really well. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit more of this soil across these. And then it's going to be a case of hope for the best. Now, I haven't watched all of the other videos that people have done for the hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019 yet. That is on my list of many videos to watch. But I would, if you haven't taken part, it's always fun to take part in these type of competitions. I haven't taken part in any competition like this at all yet, but if you can make it a little bit of fun, why not? So there we go, that's all those planted. So that's the hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019 from Nick's allotment. 3 categories, just to remind you again, if you are going to take part, was the tallest sunflower, so that's obviously height of the sunflower, the sort of size of the head, so obviously the biggest head, and then the most unusual. And I think he's just said anything that makes it unusual. I don't think there's anything specifically. Okay, well, so that is all my sunflowers planted. So I will leave you all to enjoy your evenings. I look forward to seeing everyone else's attempts at this hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019 competition. So take care, everyone, and I will see you all soon in one of my videos that will be coming up in the next week or so.